I am under legal obligation to inform you that I am not a real doctor. Alright, as for a preamble to this video, this YouTuber Rynse made a response video to this anti-woke grifter named AndyPants Gaming. It's a good video, you should check it out. Anyway, Rynse's video prompted a huge negative response from fanboys of AndyPants Gaming. And I'm going to read them and make fun of them, because that's all these idiots deserve. By the way, I shouldn't have to say this, but please do not harass anyone featured in this video. I guess with me, I'm very acceptive and want more freedom in the world, but I hate the woke people. But many people say I'm communist and woke. What? What the fuck are you talking about, bro? You missed the point where diversity isn't the problem, is when force you to the point that make the games bad. Masterful grammar there, bro. But like, the problem here is that you guys call every inclusion of a minority in any media forced diversity, regardless of whether it actually is or not. It's all forced diversity to you people. Alright, so this is a pretty long comment thread, so let's get this started. Did you buy these subscribers? Because these are horrible views for a channel your size. Nice points that align with go woke equals go broke. What? He might also be buying views because he fell hard after his Cheeto video barely passing 1,000 views. Also hasn't hit 200 views in 16 hours. Yeah, can clearly see he buys his views and subs, no doubt. So sad. He has 2,000 subs. What is you talking about? How inconsistent his views and subscribers are. Like roller coaster. But he's wasting money. Then again, everyone has their own opinions, so only he can confirm that. My sources, I made it the fuck up comment. While you far right will excuse and make up everything. It's just a bot account. Markiplier has 30 million subscribers, but averages about only a third or half in views. This is normal. AndyPants Gaming be like, hot chicks is greater than compelling story and good gameplay. If that's what you wanna see. Ooh, like how compelling story and good gameplay of Concord? No wait, Just Spawn, that's it. Literally nobody is defending these games or saying that they have compelling story and good gameplay, you fucks. And I'm sorry, but AndyPants literally has complained multiple times about women not being conventionally attractive. It's like, okay, go play games that have conventionally attractive women then. Like, there's no shortage of them, right? Like, he's complaining about fucking non-existent problems. This shit is horrendous. Keep your woke glazing grind running, quote unquote, dude. Ah, that mask slipped there, buddy. Won't you just stop being a coward and just admit you hate minorities? If you're going to imply that he's trans as an insult, or you know, Minecraft yourself. Alright, so this comment here is a pretty long one, so I'll be injecting in between points instead of commenting afterwards, so let's get this started. Wait, you never heard of DEI and ESG? Then I suggest to check out Kyle's video. ESG is used by BlackRock to enforce studios to include LGBTQ agendas, politically correct agendas, and more accessibility for modern audience. In the words of BlackRock CEO Larry Fink, behaviors are gonna have to change, and this is one thing we are asking companies. You have to force behaviors, and at BlackRock we are forcing behaviors. You have to force behaviors. If you don't force behaviors, whether it's gender or race or just any way you want to say the composition for your team, you're going to be financially impacted. That not just recruiting, it's development. We're gonna have to force change. Okay, so BlackRock is saying they will try to financially incentivize people to make more inclusive media. You can just fucking ignore their offers. If I make media, I'm gonna include LGBT and minority characters, regardless of whether BlackRock exists or not, because that's what I feel like doing. Like, you don't have to accept funding from BlackRock. There's no legal obligation to do so. In short, the more a game checks the modern agendas, BLM, LGBTQ, politically correct, body positivity, feminism, anti-Christian / anti-religion, etc., the higher the ESG score. The higher the ESG score equals more money from BlackRock. That's why they set up sub-companies as puppets to enforce all that, like DEI, SBI, Bridge, and many others. Source please. SBI tried to extort the studio who made Black Myth Wukong because it didn't want to include diversity. Source please. On a RetroPlay article, in a now deleted tweet, Sweet Baby Inc. CEO Kim Belair has made it clear that the company's purpose is to forget about gamers entirely and terrorize video game companies. Source please. This statement has been widely condemned by gamers and industry professionals alike. But before we get to Kim Belair and her terrorist tactics of trying to cancel all who refuse to think like her, we must understand what her company does. Yes, she does try to terrorize people who disagree with her. I mean, SBI tried to get someone's Steam account banned because they didn't want to support SBI, which they have every right to do so. And corporations shouldn't be allowed to have the power to bully people into supporting. Like, that shit's not okay. Belair's statement is a clear indication that Sweet Baby Inc. is not interested in creating games that are fun and enjoyable for players. Instead, the company is focused on using video games as a platform to promote its own political agenda. Well, they're a consulting company and you are not obligated to use their services. Just don't use their services if you don't want to. Sweet Baby Inc. has been working behind the scenes with various AAA developers offering guidance on narrative design and character development. However, their influence seems to have steered many games towards becoming vehicles for specific political and social ideologies, rather than focusing on what truly matters, fun and enjoyable gameplay. Then don't fucking buy them. Speak with your wallet. If you don't like it, don't buy it. As a result, players are left with games that feel more like political statements than entertaining escapes. The inclusion of these controversial themes often comes across as forced and cringeworthy, detracting from the overall experience. It's a shame to see the gaming industry prioritizing agenda pushing over the creation of truly great games. That is true to some extent, but like I said, the easiest way to solve this problem is to just not buy the games you're actually interested in. Stop buying AAA games if you think they're bad, and look elsewhere. The gaming landscape is way wider than what you guys want to see. Examples of Sweet Baby Inc.'s influence. Battlefield 5. Sweet Baby Inc. consulted on Battlefield 5, which was criticized for its focus on female soldiers and its portrayal of World War II. Yeah, there was some shit that Battlefield 5 did that was like really fucking dumb, considering the game series likes to act like they're historically accurate. Like, I'm sorry, they're not sending out physically disabled soldiers to fight. Like, that's dumb. The Last of Us Part 2. Sweet Baby Inc. also consulted on The Last of Us Part 2, which was criticized for its depiction of violence and its treatment of LGBTQ+ characters. Last of Us Part 2 was kinda trash, not gonna lie. Don't fucking buy it. Never really cared for Last of Us. The first game was okay as far as story goes, but people acted like it was some kind of revolutionary thing. It's like, what does it do that's new? Like, everything it does has already been fucking done. Apex Legends. Sweet Baby Inc. did not consult on Apex Legends, but the game's developer has said that the company's work on other games helped to create a more diverse and inclusive game. Who cares? From what I know, the game is still a lot of fun to play. I've never played it, so I don't know, but I haven't really heard anyone really complain about the gameplay other than occasionally seeing some weapons and abilities get overbuffed or over-nerfed. Like, I don't know the specific details, but it's just like the only complaints I've heard were about balance changes that some people don't like, which happens to any competitive game. Starfield. Criticized for its lack of innovation and repetitive gameplay. It's a Bethesda RPG, what do you fucking expect? Forspoken, criticized for its cringeworthy dialogue and lack of polish. Then don't buy it. Gotham Knights, criticized for its repetitive gameplay and lack of innovation. Don't buy it. Spider-Man 2, criticized for its lack of innovation and repetitive gameplay. A lot of people seem to like it though. Saints Row 2022 reboot, criticized for its lack of respect for the source material and its repetitive gameplay. Then don't buy it, which is what people chose to do. One of the most notable examples is Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League, developed by Rocksteady Studios. The game was criticized for its lack of respect for the source material as well as its repetitive gameplay and technical issues. The involvement of Sweet Baby Inc. in these games has led to widespread criticism from gamers and industry professionals alike. The only people I've heard complain about SBI being involved have entirely been anti-woke grifters. Everyone else criticized the game for being an unfun, broken mess. In the case of Saints Row, the game's poor reception led to the closure of its development studio, Volition. This is a clear indication that Sweet Baby Inc.'s influence is having a negative impact on the video games industry. If you think it's that much of a problem, stop buying them and vote with your wallets. All you gotta do! And that was before Flintlock, Dustboard, and Concord. Okay? So, you haven't really made any actual points. You just said, but my DEI. Bro, if you think it's a problem with whatever game is being discussed, just don't buy it. Like no one's putting a fucking gun to your head. So, we have a pretty sizable comment thread again, so let's start. People are just tired of woke bullcrapping gaming. Meanwhile, the actual gameplay is pretty trash. I think his video was a bit much in some areas, but I think he had some good points.
Yep, I'm Turkish, and I never understand why USA is like this. Gameplay is bad, story is bad, Dustborn and more. Women's become women, and I don't want to live on this planet anymore, man.
Oh yeah, like when he called Actman gay solely because he didn't call a woman ugly. Lol, what good points? He made no good points.
Shut up, Satan.
GTA is woke. The points, they are gay cooks.
Oh, come on, so we're gonna sit here and act like this dude Rynse didn't participate in these kind of attacks against Andy in this video? Give me a damn break here, dude. What the hell are we even talking about?
Examples, please?
Again, I didn't say I agreed with everything Andy said or how he went about it, but I respect him for doing it because he said a lot of stuff that was very true.
What things are true? I'm raised conservative family and my sister plays Valorant with Clover as her main. She didn't know and cared about the character being non-binary. If the game is good, the game is good. The points, they are gay cucks. He's the woke of woke, offended by everything, saying woke in everything and everyone, and forcing people to make content about his line of activism or else cancel and attack them. It's basically the same shit as woke, just on the opposite side of the political spectrum. Instead of, you're racist, he uses, you're gay and communist. How long before people become tired of this as well? It will probably take a few years just like the original woke. Then you are brain dead. Thanks for pointing that out, Blood. I think Andy has some valid points and even I agree with. But man, he exaggerates a lot with his word/statements. It almost reminds me of a boomer saying video games cause violence. The only way that I can get slightly upset with a gay or black character being in a game is if it messes with the lore. Even then, I don't care cause at least they can be included. It's not that big of a deal. P.S. How can you sit down for hours and make a YouTube video on 3 creators and how they didn't talk about the bad gay people in gaming and how it's ruining all of gaming? How do you fixate on stuff like that? P.P.S. I'm glad that the YouTube algorithm blessed me with your small video. It was awesome. Black folks don't like being tokenized, man. If you include us in the lore that don't make sense, we get just as irritated as anybody else. You don't need to include me for us to feel included. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that you're one of those people who fell for the grift so bad that any portrayal of a minority is tokenization.
LMAO, like dislike ratio, cry laughing emoji. Even your subscribers dislike your video.
Yeah, that plugin you guys love so much, yeah, that is not very accurate. It just isn't. Finally, someone's talking about this guy. I watched one of his videos on why video games are gay now, expecting him to have good findings and present a case, but what I mostly realized was he was just ranting about the LGBT and wokeness with clear hatred in his tone. Then I took a look at his Discord out of curiosity, and my god, that is one of the most openly racist and homophobic servers I've ever seen. Aw, so triggered that people are noticing woke trash. Yeah, because apparently spamming slurs and acting like a bunch of hateful bigots is merely noticing woke trash. Sure, buddy. Nah, we're noticing you trash people. Come with the point, you sound like a child, just like AndyPants.
He should do a video on you next.
Wonder got into his pants to be all mad.
Seeing the same shit over and over again, and then finally saying, I'm tired of this crap, can happen to anyone on anything. Like going skiing and then starts to limit black skis, and then being told that having black skis makes you racist.
What the fuck are you talking about? This thing that you're talking about doesn't happen.
I mean, this is a bit off topic, but I've seen black progressives call a black girl a traitor for dating a white man.
Okay, that's not representative of the majority of progressives.
Like, bruh, some people just take progressivism too far, that it turns racist.
And so, being a racist, homophobic, anti-woke grifter is the answer to that? Make that make sense.
Wow, someone has different opinion than me. Typical butthurt lefty. You're an NPC, probably a clueless zoomer.
So, it's okay when AndyPants does it. Because that's literally the entirety of the video Rynse is responding to. Jesus, these comments are horrid. I'm so sorry, LMAO.
Woke is over. Get used to you, clown.
Don't you mean get used to it?
Clown. I'm sorry, but you wrong. Gameplay is shit. Character is ugly and become well made. If you like this game's no problem, but you say you are delusional. By the way, this all games fail and no one play. Yes, we are human like a woman. I can give you woke fail gameplay.
So like you think that any woman who's not conventionally attractive is actually a man. That's a massive self-report right there. Jesus Christ, that guy has been going on and on and on and on for 10 minutes about some sort of grand globalist plot featuring BlackRock, ECGs, and whatnot. Yet his final conclusion is somehow this. No, I can't even.
ESG scores are a real thing. They even said they're trying to force this sort of way of thinking via the WEF. It's not a conspiracy when they say they're doing it, lol. But you don't have to believe the truth if you don't want to. I'd advise you dig into it yourself before waving everything away, as it is something rather hard to believe, just like with MKUltra.
Okay, bro. Just because BlackRock said that they'll incentivize people to be more inclusive by funding them doesn't mean that there's this big ol' massive conspiracy. Like, they're not trying to force people to be woke. It's just they're offering to fund you if you're willing to do this thing. You don't have to do this thing. You don't have to accept funding from them. Like, all this other shit you're saying is completely unsubstantiated. And when asked to substantiate your claims, you guys never provide any evidence. You just go say, do your own research, just like every goddamn fucking dumbass flat earther on this round planet that we all live on. And we got this triple feature of this particularly obsessed clown. So here we go.
Look at this woke clown. Fix your garbage microphone and your stupid leftist opinions no one wants to hear. Maybe you would have actual subscribers then, you woke clown. 64 to 33 likes. Everyone hates your garbage of political opinions.
Ethan Wright, buddy. Let me tell you a secret. AndyPants ain't gonna have sex with you, bro. Just saying.
The most bottom of the barrel brain dead video. Typical anti-SJW/woke content. Whether seed for noticing like, I guess we are supposed to blind our lying eyes.
We just noticed that a lot of these anti-woke content creators are grifting and you idiots are falling for it.
Lol, must be sad living as a Westoid,
says a Westoid.
Uglification of women. Dude, you are playing TFT. Literally compare the female characters in that game to anything the West produced in the past 40 years, if not more. The uglification of women is real.
Why do you hate women that are not conventionally attractive? Are you okay? It's not gonna kill you if some women in video games are not conventionally attractive. For some reason, to all of you guys, every woman who's not conventionally attractive is just ugly as hell, and I don't understand that. Like, shut up. Just admit you fucking hate women.
Sick of all this woke bullshit.
Define woke.
True, I just want to sleep.
Woke, something to push political agendas such as sexism, racism, homophobia as being widespread, and the need to forcefully put in gay, black, disabled things everywhere to even it out.
So you're describing a very extremely fringe minority of people who identify as leftists and progressives.
The world is not as homophobic or racist as it is in their minds.
Maybe, maybe not. I'm not gonna make that kind of declaration.
People just don't like it when it's forced everywhere. In fact, I think it will just make the world more racist and homophobic, because now we have way too overly progressive people saying white men should be murdered, or that if you're just white, you're just bad automatically. Or something else I saw was that if you don't accept them and date a trans person, you're problematic and are homophobic. It's these takes that cause more harm than good and will lead to pushback such as what we are seeing now with Andy. But that's just how I see it.
Again, you are describing a very fringe minority of people, and just so you know, Twitter is not representative of the general population of people, and that includes liberals and progressives and conservatives who are actively political. Try seeing the world outside of fucking Twitter, bro. He is a goofy little git. This AndyPants. A lot of these anti-woke people are a bit slow and a bit insane.
Just like those overly progressive types. Black-only drinking fountains? Again? They want so progressive, they became full-on racist. Crying laughing emoji.
Bro, fucking where? Like, even the most extreme leftist progressive person I've ever seen has not even come close to wanting something like that again. You're making that shit up.
Why does your voice sound like you lack testosterone? You're one of them, LMAO. Grow some balls.
Why do you type like you lack testosterone? Also, he's one of who? Like, I think you accidentally the sentence there.
Stop gaslighting!
Is the gaslighting in the room with us right now?
It's funny how much worse your mic quality is than his. It's pretty clear this channel will be a failure, just like Concord.
Who the fuck are you?
You're trash.
Nobody asked for your opinion. Wee-hee!
that is the point. The games are broken, mechanics are not functioning, the game is being too repetitive sometimes for months after release,
And apparently that is entirely the fault of DEI, right?
but you can bet it has identity politics from its alpha state. I'm not against diversity when it's done right, but just adding token characters for the sake of having diversity is awful, and that is what makes the game feel woke. It feels like the game is giving me a lesson for 5-year-olds. People with different skin colors and orientations exist, you know?
Then don't fucking buy him. But like, none of this actually validates anything AndyPants says. He's a grifter and you're falling for it. Like, nothing he says come close to what the actual problems are.
Also, the video feels more like a personal attack rather than debunking his video. A lot of subjective opinions. At least change the title to I think AndyPants is an idiot.
No. AndyPants is objectively an idiot. Like, it's not his fault that you are falling for a grift, that you have a parasocial connection to AndyPants. Not his problem, not my problem, not anyone else's problem. That's your problem.
No, the man is spitting facts.
What facts?
You're the idiot for refusing to see what is right in front of your very eyes.
What, that AndyPants is just grifting?
Why not come clean and admit you're on par with the alphabet mafia?
Pushing the regressive left narrative.
Bitch fucking where?
Jailhoarding diversity, equity, inclusion for no other reason than ESG points. Absent-minded a god story. I have nothing against actual genuine inclusion, but I also believe if someone creates a story or whatever they are writing, it comes from their experiences in life.
Bet you $5 that any amount of inclusion to you is not genuine.
Pushing a gay/trans woman agenda, white man bad, gay trans female good.
Fucking where?
I pretty much just call you woke folk SJW/PC.
And you're an NPC who repeats every single talking point that every other anti-woke grifter says.
How about you make a proper game, put your gays or women in it, but that doesn't have to be the identity of the game.
Okay, whatever.
Pretty much to sum it up, woke is identity politics in a game.
Guys like you invoke identity politics all the fucking time. You are no better, you do the same. Quit pretending you don't. You guys are all fucking hypocrites.
I'm sick of it, as is everyone who does not purchase the games.
Good for you, who the fuck cares?
None of the 3 woke tubers will admit forced DI is a cancer in video game industry in fear of getting called a racist bigot. You're one of them.
Citation needed. Well, that's it for reading stupid fanboy comments. I hope you enjoyed, and also don't fall for the culture warrior grift. They're lying to you. Every single one. Now, to properly cap off this video, I would ask that if any of you are just happening to watch this, I recommend you go to Rynse's channel and give him some love. And while I'm at it, I should recommend his friend Moment of Sanity, who's done some pretty good entertaining takedowns of culture warriors. Plus, he's really funny when he loses his shit. Not to mention that the feud he had with Culture War Lolcow Shadow Raven Studios, very funny. That is definitely something you'll want to watch. It's hilarious.